Hey guys, and thanks for joining us for another Kickstarter conniption. Today we're looking at Sea of Nadia from Maclay's Games.
And as always, we want you to be aware that our preview videos are sponsored in part by our backers and by the creators of this game. Let's get rolling.
Hey guys, and thanks for joining us at Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Sarah Meadows, and today we're looking at Sea of Nadia from Maclay's Games. It's from designer Alex Maclay and illustrated by Murat Grabdrakhmanov.
It's a 2 to 4 player pick up and delivery set collection game that takes about 40 to 60 minutes to play. Maclay's Games was kind enough to send us a prototype copy to check out, so let's take a look at how it's played.
To set up the game, randomly place the treasure chests on the board for your player count and place one resource on top.
Select one of each type of compass and place them on the 4 corners of the board.
Shuffle the market deck and reveal 3 cards.
Give each player their captain board and ship. The first player gets the admiral marker, and then you're ready to begin.
During the game, you can learn more about what each of the individual cards does using Maclay's nifty augmented reality assistant.
At the beginning of the round, the admiral will roll dice equal to the number of players and will assign 1 die to each player.
The admiral will take their actions first and will take the number of actions plus follow any actions from the corresponding compass if needed.
So in this example, the admiral will get 4 actions, but he must spend 2 actions for each movement.
Actions include things like moving your ship, collecting resources, unlocking chests, and buying cards from the market.
To open an unblocked chest, captains must have the necessary resources on their ship.
The player will collect the chest and its secret contents, and then they redistribute their spent resources back to the board in any non-adjacent space.
Play continues with each player taking the actions from their assigned die. Then the admiral marker is passed to the next player, who will roll the dice and assign them for the next round.
Once there are only 3 chests left to unlock on the board, the game ends and gold and points are tallied, and the captain with the most treasure wins.
In Sea of Nadia, players take on the role of pirate ship captains who are cruising around the sea trying to collect all the resources necessary to be able to pry up one of those treasure chests and collect as much loot as they possibly can in order to win the game.
And to open those treasure chests, you're going to need a specific type of resource, and it's pretty balanced as far as the gold treasure chest will need these 4 types, and the other 2, the silver and the brown wooden chests, will need different types of resources. So that helps balance out where you move around on the map to pick up the things that you need.
Yeah, and you can only hold so many resources on your boat, so you have to be pretty specific and focused on which things you're going to try to get to, and that's what makes the die rolling really interesting, because especially if you've got kind of the right combination of those compasses, you can be really thoughtful in, okay, I'm going to assign this guy the high die of 4 or 6 movement points, but it's also got the symbol that requires him to spend more action points just to move. I may sacrifice and take a smaller number die in order to achieve my mission, knowing I don't need the extra movement points. There's like a decent amount of thinking that goes into each die roll in the game.
Yeah, in those 4 compasses that you choose for the game, there are tons that come in the box. We just have a prototype, but we had a lot to choose from for each one of those. They each have a type of focus for whatever that color and matching symbol are, so you can vary up your gameplay quite a bit. There is also that market deck. Some of those compasses will give you extra bonuses for having a certain number of cards. You're only allowed 3, but those cards will give you extra bonus actions that don't count towards your normal action count. So some of them are ongoing abilities and some of them are one-time use.
Right, some of them will allow you to treat a resource as wild. There's a lot of different powers that can be chosen in those cards. We obviously are only looking at a prototype copy of the game. I really appreciated the thoughtfulness that went into those player mats. It's really neat that like you can collect those bottles on some of your turns, and you've got little spaces for those, and everything kind of fits together really nice. Component-wise and art, the prototype looks really sharp. I'll be really interested to see what the actual finished pieces look like.
Yeah, and some of those bottles you're restricted on having 3. And so some of them have just straight up victory points at the end of the game. Some of them have a wild resource available to you or end game scoring. Some of them just have rats on them, which aren't worth anything unless you can find certain cards in the market deck that allow you to get points for having the most rats.
Right, there's a lot of strategy in the game. There is plenty of luck as well, because even if you get all the gold chests, there's no guarantee that you're going to have, 3 or 4 coins in each one. You may get stuck with a rat, and so there's a nice little bit of everybody's playing and having fun. You don't really know what the final score is until that actual reveal at the end, and it kind of could be anybody's game, but the more chests you get, obviously the better chance you stand at walking away as the victor.
Yeah, if this sounds like something you're interested in, you can check out Sea of Nadia on Kickstarter from Maclay's Games. And then be sure to check out our other videos, and we'll see you in the next one.